Do you want to learn how to make professional video editing on one of the best video editing software out there? If yes, then you are in the right place, sir. Hello everyone, my name is Aram. I'm a professional video editor and designer from Casablanca, Morocco. And yes, that's where the movie Casablanca was filmed, and that's where John Wick 3 was filmed as well. But that's totally for another story. But in this story, you will learn all the video editing tips and techniques in DaVinci Resolve that will take you from a beginner to an intermediate user of the program. And the reason why I didn't say experts is just because to become experts in anything you have to practice. So once you practice, you will surely become an expert. Now, we're not gonna just use tips and tricks in DaVinci Resolve. We're also gonna go ahead and build our short movie based on a script that I wrote. We're gonna go ahead and synchronize audio with the video, add some effects and text, and all that stuff to make it look professional. For the Fusion tab and the Fairlight, we're not going to be focusing too much on those because this is not the main focus of the course, but I will show you the basics to work in Fusion and the basics to work in Fairlight tab. We're also going to do two types of green screen, a background green screen and a phone green screen. We're also not going to do color grading because I already have the ultimate color grading crash course for beginners, but I will show you how to work with nodes, how to track effects, and how to create that cinematic look that everybody's talking about. So if you're ready to upgrade your editing skills on DaVinci Resolve, this is the only course that you're gonna need as a beginner, with all due humbleness. Okay guys, so see you inside. Before we start the course, you need to download a video so you can follow along. So click on download the main files. You will be prompted to Google Drive where you can download the file. You will have something like this: course files, DaVinci Resolve, songs, sound effect, story main audio and videos. Okay. And now, as you can see here, we have quite a few videos. Some of them are premium videos that I downloaded from Adobe stock and cost me a fortune, but all for the sake of this course. Like this videos right here, and some of them are just royalty-free videos that I downloaded from the internet, you know, some free stuff. And the reason why I'm telling you this is that I don't know for the one of Adobe stock, so I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. All of those are premium videos. I don't know if you can use them on your YouTube channel if it's monetized. I don't want you guys to get a copyright strike, so I'm not sure. That's why I'm telling you. But the other ones that I didn't select here are free, but I think it's okay to use them as portfolio on your Vimeo account or site, whatever. But if it's monetized, I'm not sure. Okay, I'm really not sure. That's why I'm telling you guys. I don't want to be responsible for any copyright strikes. And the other one is Delta Key or files. Now we're gonna need this one once we're gonna do the green screen background removal. Okay guys, see you inside the course. In this movie, I want to talk about some problems that you will be facing as a beginner video editor. And one of them is downscaling and upscaling. Now, here's the thing. If you shoot a movie in 4K or 8K, it's okay to downscale in a lesser resolution, okay? It's not going to affect the quality of the clip that much. It's going to affect it, but it's going to be very, very small. So if you are exporting or rendering for the web, YouTube, Vimeo, whatever, you can downscale your 4K or 8K footage. It's not a problem. But then again, if you need it to be 4K, it must be shot in 4K. That's one. Now, if you shoot the video in full HD, which means 1080p, and you want to upscale it to 4K, that's not gonna work. Because why? So 4K, it's 4 times full HD. And then if your video is not shot in 4K, then DaVinci Resolve is gonna go ahead and try to create those fake pixels, and it's not gonna look that good. So upscaling is wrong, but downscaling is all right. One more thing I wanted to talk about is that when you import your video in DaVinci Resolve from your phone or your camera, and then you try to play it in DaVinci Resolve, the playback may be choppy a little bit, and that's totally fine because the media may not be optimized. So you can optimize the media either inside the media tab and the media pool by right-clicking on the clip and choosing optimizing media, or you can just render the clip and then re-import it in DaVinci Resolve, and then the playback will be smooth. Okay, so that was all the two main things that I wanted to talk about that you need to understand as a beginner. Now let's go ahead and start with the program. For those of you who don't have DaVinci Resolve 16 installed, you can just open your favorite browser, type in here DaVinci Resolve, and then just click on the first result that appears. You will be prompted to their official website and you can click download. So on the left we have the free version, on the right we have the paid version, and down here you can choose your operating system. So there is no watermark in the free version, and the free version is as good as the paid version, okay? The only difference between the two is right here. DaVinci Resolve neutral engine features, multi-user collaboration, stereoscopic 3D tools, blah, 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 blah. Stuff you won't need right away. So I'm gonna go ahead and choose my operating system, which is a Windows. Go ahead and fill up those details and then register and download. Once you download, the installation is pretty much straightforward, okay? It pretty much does itself. We just go next, next, next. It's just like any other software that you installed before. Okay guys, that was it. See you on the next one. Okay, now let's go ahead and open DaVinci Resolve. So once it's open, you will have something like this, okay? Right here, you will only have one local database. I don't want to talk into those right now. If you just start in DaVinci Resolve, I talk in them in my color grading course. And right here, as you can see, I have pretty much no projects because I went ahead and deleted all the projects I've been working on before. So what you want to do here is click on New Project. We're going to give it a name. An old-fashioned shrink. That's the name of the shorts movie we're going to be creating later. Create. And so now I'm going to go ahead and make this thing full screen. So a quick overview of the program. You can see down here that we have 7 tabs. The Media tab, the Cut page, the Edit page, the Fusion tab, the Color tab, the Fairlight tab, and the Render tab. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and explain each one of those later. Now, the most important here before you start working on any projects is to check on your settings. Okay? Now, if you go to DaVinci Resolve, Preferences, Media Storage, you want to make sure you have enough storage on your computer. So I'm using 3 storage locations, and you can just add a storage by clicking on Add and choosing whatever you want from here and then select folder. Okay? The next thing I wanted to talk about is internet account. So for example, if you want to upload videos directly to your YouTube channel, Vimeo, or Frame.io, you can just sign into your accounts from here. The other most important thing that you should pay attention to is to make sure you have projects backups checked, okay? You never know when DaVinci Resolve is gonna crash. Your projects may get corrupted if you're working on a big project. So you always wanna have your backups checked. You can set it up to perform backups every 10 minutes or 15 minutes, whatever that you want. I recommend 10 minutes. Down here, you don't have to worry about those. And projects backup location, you just choose where those backups will be saved. So I have them right here under my C drive. Okay, once you finish, you click on Save. And if we click on Project Settings right here, you don't have to worry about those, okay? What you need to know is that the timeline frame rate is 24 frames a second. But once we import folders, it's gonna ask us if we want to change the project settings, and you usually click on Change. Okay guys, cancel. Now let's go ahead and talk about the Media tab, and that's gonna be on the next lecture. Now let's talk about the Media tab. So the Media tab, you will only need it for very specific stuff. For example, let's say I want to access a document directly inside my computer. I can go ahead, for example, and click on my X folder or my X media storage, and I can find all my documents right here. So if I want this Joker clip, I can click on it And it will give me all the information I need to know about the video right here under the metadata tab. Okay, so make sure you have this thing checked. The next thing you would need it for, and that I think is the most important feature inside the media tab, is that let's say someone, let's just pretend, okay? Let's just pretend that someone is sending me the Joker clip in log or raw, and they asking me to color grade it, okay? In my dreams, of course. So what I need to do is to make cut to that clip that they will send me so I can color grade each scene individually. But you can do it automatically inside the media tab using the cut detection scene. So if I right click on the Joker folder, I can go ahead and click on Scene Cut Detection, and it will show me all the cuts that the editors have done before sending me the clip. If I click on Auto Scene Detect, you can see those green spikes. These are all the cuts that were made by the video editors. I'll give it some time. I'm going to speed up the video a little bit. Once it's finished, I can go ahead and click on Add Cut to Media Pool. Now you see it's asking me, do I want to change the project settings that we've talked about earlier? I'm going to go ahead and click Change. And then just close the window. And now here I have all the cuts from the Joker scene when he kills Mireille. Okay, I can go to the Edit tab right now, Media Pool, click on the first clip, go all the way down, hold Shift and click on the last clip. Go back all the way up, and then just click and drag to the timeline. As you can see here, we have all the cuts. And now if I go to the Color tab, I can go ahead, click on Clips, and start working on each clip individually. Okay, guys? So this is what you need the Media tab for. Now I'm just gonna delete everything because we don't need it now. Delete, remove, and delete those as well. Remove. Okay, now the last thing that you will need the Media tab for is the clone tool. Now the clone tool is, let's say for example you have your camera, you plug in your camera and you want to import your files from your camera to DaVinci Resolve directly. Now experts in the field, they say that you better clone your footage instead of copying. So you can just click on Add a Job and then just drop, I don't know, your source folder here, okay, and drop the destination and then clone, and it will start cloning the media from your camera into DaVinci Resolve. And it takes some time, but it's better than saving, you know, that's what they say. Anyway guys, that was pretty much all for the Media tab. Next we'll talk about the cut page. Okay guys, finally we are here and we are inside the cut page or the cut tab. Now the cut tab is the new thing that was added in DaVinci Resolve 16. It wasn't here in the previous version, DaVinci Resolve 15. Let's take a quick look right here and see what we have. So we have this part on the left with the media pool, synchronized bin, transitions, and this part's where we can import our media and we can access transitions and text and effects. We have this part on the right when we can view our clip. This down here is the small timeline, and this at the bottom is the bigger timeline with thumbnails pictures or with thumbnails view. Now if I want to import my folders, I can click on here, this icon, it says import media folder. If I have individual file, I can just click on import media. Okay, and masters are if you want to add a new master or new bin. So bin aka means folder. Gonna talk more in details about bin later. Now click on import folder, and I hope you did download the files that I told you. They are very important for the course if you want to follow along. I'm gonna click on my folder and then just click on select folder. It will import everything inside that folder. Change project settings, of course. Next is my videos, and here we have all the videos. These icons, you can change the view of this video. So now we have thumbnail view, we can change to timeline or list. Okay, it depends on your preferences. I'm gonna keep thumbnail so I can see what's going on. Search bar if you want to search for any specific video. Maybe you're working with thousands of videos. And you can see these icons right here, they have also very specific use. So now, for example, if we have this icon checked, it will display here on the monitor or the source view what happening in the timeline. And since we don't have anything in the timeline, that's why everything here is blank. But look at this. If I double click on this clip, it will change automatically to source clip. Okay, and now we can view the clip that we selected. If I click on source tape, it will display all the videos that we have imported inside the folders. It doesn't matter where the video is located inside the folder, it will display all if you click on source tape. Okay, guys? Now, the next thing you want to do once you import everything is that you want to review everything before you start working, right? And you cannot go ahead and play the video one by one because it's going to take forever. So what you can do is after you click on source tape, you can click on fast review. Once you place your playhead right in the beginning. So if I click now on fast review, it will fast review the whole thing. The whole videos that we have imported. Okay? Now, if I want to select, if I wanted to stop, I can just click on space. But I highly advise that you view the whole thing if you're working on a brand new project. And I can just click here and drag to the timeline. I want to drag the full clip to the timeline. Okay. Now I can click on timeline view and it will show me what's inside the timeline. Okay, so let's undo everything. And then let's just bring this clip right here, the drone footage. So this playhead, the red one, is locked, as you can see here. And it's acting like a separator between the left and the right of the timeline. And if you want to unlock it, you can just click on lock playhead and you can move it. But I highly recommend you keep it locked, guys, okay? Don't play with this one. On the right, we have upcoming clips, and on the left is outgoing clips. Synchronize bin, this one on the top. If I click on it, it won't display anything here because what it does is that it ranges clips depending on the camera hashtags. So for example, if I had this drone footage shot from different angles, they will all appear here inside camera 2, camera 3, camera 6, camera 9, okay? And since we don't have that, we only have one footage, that's why nothing appears here. So don't pay attention to synchronize bin because we're not doing multi-camera edits. Next, we have transitions. So if you want to add transition, I can just click on play. And then I can, for example, make a cut, click in on the scissor icon. And I can add a transition, okay? So you cannot add a transition if there is no cuts or if there is no different clip next to each other. We're gonna talk more about transitions later, guys. Now, if I click play, you can see the blur transition, okay? If I want to add titles, I can click on titles and, for example, add one here. Just bring it to this timeline. And if you click on it, you can click here on tools, click on text, open inspector, and of course you can change everything here. I want to type ocean, choose a type face if you want. I'm not going to do it. Go down, down, down and change the second title, ocean view. Once you finish, you just close the window. And here we have it. Alright, so now you can see these tools right here, they do different stuff. So for example, if I click on the clip this time and not on the text, I can do different things. For example, if I click on the first one, I can transform or resize the video. I can crop if I want to. Okay. The audio, we're not going to use it now. I can increase the speed of the clip. See, now it's going to play faster. If I click on camera, I can do some lens distortion or lens correction or stabilizer if the camera was shaky. So lens distortion, and then just, you know, do that nice distortion. I can do close up or dynamic zoom. So for example, I can increase the size of this rectangle, and then maybe I want it to play from this part or from this area. I'm going to locate it here or reposition it here and click on play, and it will focus on this area. Okay, hold on. See that? The next thing is composite. So composite is basically if you're going to be using two clips. So if I select this clip and put it on top like this, I can go to composites, change the blend mode, color dodge. Whoops, let me select it. Hold on. Select the new clip, color dodge or color burn. Maybe increase or decrease the opacity of the first clip, and you can see that something is going on here. So that was pretty much all when it comes to the overall overview of the cut page. Next, I want to show you how you can make ins and outs with precision inside DaVinci Resolve 16 and the Cut tab. In this movie, I want to show you how you can make ins and outs with precision in DaVinci Resolve. So when you need ins and outs is when you want to make a specific selection from a movie or a clip that you have. I'm going to go ahead now and delete everything, and then just go ahead and select another clip. And so the first technique to make ins and outs is that once you select the clip, you can see right here that we have this tall kind of looking rectangle with only the strokes. Okay, and down here we have some handles to handle it. So if I drag those, I can make in and outs with precision. Okay, if I drag the one on the left, you can see that the left screen is moving. If I drag the one on the right, I'm sorry, if I drag this one is on the right screen is moving. And this one on the left screen is moving. Okay, and you can see the numbers, that the frames. Okay, plus 26 frames, and here you can see minus 12, minus 13, etc. Once you're happy with the selection, you can just click and drag. Simple as that. Now I'm gonna undo everything. Control Command Z to undo. The other way you can make a selection is to click on these brackets that you can see right here. We have left brackets, right brackets. And so the left brackets, I can click and drag to the right or to the left. And I can do the same thing with the right brackets. Okay. Again, once you're happy, click and drag. Okay, guys? And the final technique to make a selection from the source view is to use the jog controls. So the jog controls is this thing right here that you can see. We have a dots with some left and right arrows. You can drag it, you can click and drag left and right, and it will move the playhead. So once you're happy, click I for ins. You can then move and click O for outs, and then click on the clip and drag it right here. Now, you can also make ins and outs from the timeline down here, okay, from the big timeline, by using these mark in and mark out tools that we have here. So if I click mark in, you can see that thing that appears like a bar. I can click on play, stop here, and mark in outs. Okay? And now I can, for example, just double click on any other clip, make a selection like this, and then click on Smart Insert, for example, or place on top. Let's try place on top. And it will place it right where we did the mark in and mark outs, okay? So that was pretty much all about ins and outs in DaVinci Resolve inside the cut page. On the next movie, we're going to be talking about the smart editing tools in the cut page.